Hej, siemano wam wszystkim ludzie, z tej strony Arturo, witam was na swoim kanale i kontynuujemy Nibiru. Wyszliśmy z hotelu, z którego wzięliśmy pudełko zapałek. Wiemy też, że przebywają tutaj Polacy i niejaki Dąbrowski czy Dobrowski ma się tutaj pojawić dnia następnego. Wpadłem na pewien pomysł, ponieważ znamy numer telefonu recepcjonisty, abyśmy podeszli do budki telefonicznej i spróbowali zadzwonić właśnie pod ten numer.
Bonsoir, Hôtel Safran, reception desk. How can I help you?
My name is Dobrowski, and I have a reservation for a week's stay with my colleagues who have already booked in.
I suppose you're with the Polish theatre company, n'est-ce pas?
Yes, unfortunately, illness has kept me in bed, so I'd like to cancel my reservation. Is there anything special I have to do for that?
Oh, oui, I see now. Ce n'est pas un problème. May I ask your name again?
Dobrowski, Daniel Dobrowski.
Just a moment. I need to look you up in the reservation list. Ah, oui. Your reservation is now cancelled. I'll take care of everything. Don't worry.
Well, thank you. Is that all? I'd like to get back to resting.
Certainement, monsieur. Thanks for calling and have a nice evening. Au revoir.
Goodbye.
Niestety, Daniel Dobrowski, kiedy przyjedzie do tego hotelu, lekko się zdziwi. W każdym bądź razie udało nam się odwołać jego pokój i dzięki temu wiemy, że jeden z pokoi jest wolnych.
Monsieur, would you please step to the reception desk? It's good that you have returned. It looks like you're lucky today. A room on the first floor has just gotten free unexpectedly. Would you still like to book in?
Oh, yes, of course, I'll take it.
In that case, all that's needed is your registration in the guest book. May I have your name?
It's Martin Holana.
Here's your key, room number 24.
Thanks. Oh, and one more thing.
Oui?
Can you look up a telephone number for me? It's a friend of mine. I had the number in my cell phone and it broke. Professor François de Wilde.
I'll get right on it.
Thanks. I'll be back later.
I wish you a pleasant stay in the Hôtel Safran, monsieur.
Mamy klucz do pokoju numer 24. No dobra. Chodźmy zatem na piętro. O, możemy jeszcze wyżej wejść. Gdzie jest pokój numer 24? Recepcjonista mówił, że na pierwszym piętrze. Do schodów przeciwpożarowych. No dobra. Zanim udamy się do naszego pokoju, się rozejrzyjmy.
I'll stay inside.
Nie mogę tam wejść. A szkoda. Pewnie schody prowadzą na dach budynku bądź strych. Tu możemy wejść, ale te drzwi też są klikalne.
This isn't my room. This isn't my room.
To pewnie jest twój pokój.
The journey was long. I need to have a little rest.
Całkiem duży i przytulny. Takie wielkie łóżko ma... Śpi na siedząco. Można i tak. 2 godzinki sobie pospał. No i dobra. Martin wypoczęty. Czy coś my w tym pokoju w ogóle będziemy mogli zabrać, wziąć, znaleźć? Chyba nie. Po prostu wynajęliśmy pokój tylko po to, żeby się przespać. W takim razie zejdźmy w dół. Mam nadzieję, że recepcjonista znalazł już numer telefonu do profesora.
I found the telephone number for you, monsieur. Professeur François de Wilde, 873-745-12. You can use the phone here at the reception desk.
Excellent, thanks.
I cyfry francuskie. Andy, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 i tak dalej, i tak dalej. Zadzwońmy zatem.
Hello?
It's me.
Oh, I'm glad to hear you again, Martin. Why didn't you call earlier?
That one is a long story. I lost my cell phone.
Have you run into problems?
More than that. We are not the only ones interested in this matter.
That was to be expected. You should tell me more in person.
I agree.
But one thing that I must know right away. Curiosity won't let me wait. Have you been successful?
Yes, I have.
Excellent. I know I could rely on you. Where are you now? Can you make it to my mansion?
If everything goes as planned, I should be able to get there in about an hour.
Very well. Let's not lose any more time. I'll be expecting you.
I'll set off immediately.
And Martin, be careful.
More than ever.
No dobra, czyli musimy spotkać się z naszym wujaszkiem. Mamy statuetkę. Klucze do hotelu. Na razie nie będziemy ich oddawać. Chyba że Martin zrobi to samemu. W takim razie tak, gdzie byśmy mogli się udać? Wąska uliczka.
A side street round the hotel. It only leads to private residences.
Czyli to nie jest wyjście. Na tyły hotelu. O! Kosz na śmieci.
I'm not going to poke about in that. It's just garbage and dirt from the hotel.
Martin, nawet nie masz pojęcia, jakie tam skarby można znaleźć. O, śmietnik, kolejny.
Dirty covers from just about anything, and not much else.
A to wygląda jak kuweta dla kota.
There's no key in the lock.
Ten klucz tutaj nie pasuje. Nawet nie mam zielonego pojęcia, dokąd prowadzą te drzwi. Może jakiś magazyn albo warsztat. W każdym bądź razie tam nie wejdziemy. Możemy udać się jeszcze do doków. Jest jakiś rybak prawdopodobnie. Łódka.
It smells of fish. I can tell even over here.
Od razu, kiedy widzę taki klimat, przypomina mi się Call of Cthulhu. Możemy z nim porozmawiać.
Hey, can I talk to you for a minute? Can I have a word with you?
Can't you see I've got work to do?
Well, I need your boat.
What now? You can forget about that right now. See this pile of crates? It's got to be unloaded by midnight. And I need a good night's sleep, too. So leave me alone.
Hej, gościu!
Not much, except...
Gdybyśmy pomogli mu w rozładunku... No bo w sumie chyba innej opcji nie ma.
Can you come out here for a while, please? Listen, there's no way I can get anywhere at this hour without your boat. I'll pay you premium for the ferriage.
Yeah, now that sounds better. I never reject money. But I can't go anywhere until I unload. Except, maybe, you could give me a hand with the crates, and when we're done, we can set off.
No, that's impossible. I've got to be there as soon as I can.
Your call. But like I said, first the load, then the boat.
Hey, can I talk to you for a minute?
Do 3 razy sztuka. Może w końcu się zgodzi.
So you changed your mind, eh?
Zmieniłem zdanie. Potrzebuję łodzi.
Yes, I have, I think. How long is it going to take, approximately?
Well, if we do hurry it, we could set off in about an hour.
Okay, let's do it.
That's something I like to hear. See? Just a little hard work and sweat, and it's done.
Damn crates, what the heck do you have in these? I can barely feel my hands. In fact, I feel as if I can touch my knees.
Now you know how tough a job us fishermen work. Thanks, man. If it wasn't for you, I'd probably have to sweat it out this morning by myself.
Guess I'm supposed to say you're welcome, but I don't actually think so.
What a joker, I like that. Okay, let's settle the price so we can go.
What? You still want money?
Hey, like I said earlier, I'm not sailing anywhere at night for free.
All right, you'll get it on the way back, agreed?
Deal. Welcome aboard my humble boat. She's got some miles on her, but not even the biggest waves can slow her down.
I sure hope we get to that island fast.
Don't worry, we'll be off in a minute.
I'll be back in an hour or so. Wait for me here.
Okay.
No dobra, dotarliśmy na wyspę.
The walk to the mansion only took me a little while. I've come this way so many times before that I could easily do it with a blindfold on. Soon I was standing in front of the main gate.
Witamy z powrotem. Myślałem, że coś tu leży, jakiś list albo coś w tym stylu, dzwonek.
It's me, Martin.
Come on in.
Welcome, Martin. I couldn't wait to see you here. Sit down. Tell me everything you've found.
I don't even know where to start. So much has happened. You already know what went on in Prague.
Yes, unfortunately I do. I deeply regret Barbora's death.
What happened to her was not an accident. Somebody has been a step ahead of us all this time.
I should have anticipated that. I could have warned her. If only I had known, I would have been more careful.
The murderer is still out there somewhere. You mustn't blame yourself.
Yes, you're probably right. There is no time for sorrow. Tell me what you have discovered. I must know it all.
Right. Well, when I arrived, I knew instantly that I was at the right place. I told my uncle the whole story from my arrival at the mine to the unexpected rendezvous with the colleague deep within the corridors of the German archive. He grew very excited when I started describing the underground shelter. And when I was talking about the secret laboratory, his eyes shimmered and his expression became even more tense. It was obvious that I had found what he had been looking for in vain for so long. When I was finished with my narration, it took him a while to speak again.
We are close to obtaining the answer to perhaps the oldest questions that mankind has ever had. Finally, we have an opportunity to prove to everybody that we are not alone and have never been alone on Earth. What you have seen in that laboratory were remains of a machine that had not been built by the hand of man. An artifact so powerful that it can heal and even make life longer. But that's not the reason I sent you there. My main and only objective is to acquire real evidence of extraterrestrial life. That thing you showed me makes me certain that we are close. It is similar to the one I have, only the shape is different. Have a look.
Yes, they're almost identical.
This one I found many years ago in the Temple of Stone, and I'm positive there's 3 of them in total. Yours, which God knows how the Germans have seized, mine, and the one hidden in the Temple of Dawn. I made this discovery on my last expedition. Unfortunately, I didn't succeed in retrieving the last statue from the temple. Which is your task now. We must not cease to search.
Of course, but where exactly do we resume?
Everything has been arranged already. I had plans this long before I even called you to go to Prague. The destination is Mexico. It's a pity I'm too old for such a journey. You'll have to set out alone.
It won't be easy in all this haste.
This letter here is for my good friend in Mexico, with whom I went through many a great experience in my youth. He owns a junk shop right in the town square of a small village called Teculut. Finding this spot isn't exactly easy, but you'll manage. Look him up and make use of his help.
I'll try to.
The airline tickets are in the envelope along with the letter. I will put both our keys into my safe for the night. Come pick them up in the morning.
Agreed. At least I'll sleep more calmly.
I'll also give you my map that I acquired in Mexico. It might help you. But let's leave that for tomorrow. Now go.
Okej, no dobra.
After I left the mansion, I felt a mixture of sensations within me. An ambition to discover and prove something, but also a fear of the unknown.
Ale wiecie, co mnie zastanawia? Spójrzcie, jaką nasz Wujaszek ma posiadłość. Po prostu ogromna willa, ogromny zamek. A co w tym dziwnego? My musimy spać w hotelu. Nie możemy się tutaj zatrzymać u wujka. Nie. Musimy wracać do hotelu. Płacić grube pieniądze za pokój.
On my way back to the hotel, so many thoughts were running through my mind, I hardly paid any attention to the sailing on the waves of night. It didn't take long for the foggy silhouette of the harbor to emerge from the darkness.
Hey, you!
Who is it?
Good evening. Hopefully we haven't been too rough on you. I actually despise violence, but my son appears to take great pleasure in it.
Who are you? And what do you want from me?
Certainly you remember my son.
What? That is your son?
Unfortunately, I overestimated his abilities when I sent him into the mine after you. Father! Quiet! You see, I actually respect my adversaries.
Too bad I can't say the same thing.
I understand. But now, listen very carefully. You don't have the faintest idea what you're dealing with.
Oh, I've heard that one before.
I have devoted my whole life to Project Nibiru, and now that I am so close to finishing it, nobody can stop me. Nobody!
Project Nibiru? What do you know about it anyway?
Everything! It was me who started it, and it's going to be me who gets it through the final phase.
That's gotta be nonsense. What the heck are you talking about? I mean, don't get offended, but at this point, that project is over 70 years old. You see, I've got proof. I found a journal down there. I've got it right here.
Not anymore. I took my precious notes back.
Hold on. Are you trying to tell me that it was you who wrote that journal? I'm not stupid. I can count. You would have to be at least 90, maybe even 100 years old?
Exactly 102. I say math is your strong subject. The project was supposed to serve as a new weapon for the Reich's war machinery. But those fools didn't believe me. That's why I built that underground shelter and continued the research alone. I am the scientist you read about in the journal, young man.
I don't believe you.
You want proof? You saw in my old labs the remains of a machine that I acquired in Mexico many years ago, right?
Well, yes.
That technology is an actual miracle. It can keep an arbitrary cell alive almost indefinitely.
No, that's just impossible. How could you...
Know all this? If I were lying? You can keep thinking about it when we leave. Now that you have even managed to open my safe, I used my original notes from the journal to finish my work. In other circumstances, I would actually thank you. Pity we have to part now. Farewell.
I've been waiting for you to wake up before I leave. We have some unfinished business, remember?
Well, I did what I had to do. I didn't have a choice.
True enough. Too bad you almost got me killed. Anyway, that doesn't matter now. The situation has turned around quite a bit, don't you think? My father is very old and rather sentimental. He preferred you to stay alive. But now, he isn't here, and I have different plans. You understand? And I won't let you stand in our way again!
It doesn't seem I have much choice now either.
Smart. Can you see that gas bottle over there, on the table? When I'm finished with you, its effects will get to you, as well as all the details in that head of yours. Quite a virtuous idea, don't you think?
I can certainly see it makes you delighted. Is it your first, then?
You'd better keep your mouth shut. But since I've had no remorse before my father, I'll give you one more chance.
What? Am I supposed to kill myself before it tears me apart?
Oh, come on. Try again with a little fantasy, my friend. You've still got one hand free. What a pity I must leave now. This is certainly going to be a great show. So, have a nice day.
Wait a minute!
Farewell.
No dobra, musimy się uwolnić. O cholera, to jest czasówka. Wzięliśmy nóż.
I can't reach it. I need to get rid of those handcuffs. It's razors.
45 sekund. Wow. Całe szczęście się udało.
I have to get rid of them somehow.
Kajdanki.
It leads somewhere.
Może uda mi się uwolnić za pomocą noża. Nie. Nie mogę tego zrobić.
I have to get rid of them.
Dobra, zastanówmy się. W ekwipunku mamy klucz do hotelu, mamy kopertę z biletem lotniczym, mamy też nóż. Może tą zapinką uda mi się uwolnić.
Time is on my side for a while now. I'll try to unlock the cuffs.
Świetnie. Droga wolna. Butle gazowe lepiej zakręć.
I'd better leave them alone.
Okej, nie możemy tego zrobić.
I have no idea what's inside them, but they smell really bad.
Obstawiam, że jakieś rybie odpadki.
Salt for fish storage.
Ta, drzwi.
The warehouse is loaded to the roof with crates and boxes. The door is locked.
Drzwi są zamknięte, ale tutaj mamy jakiś panel. Niestety nie jest interaktywny. Ale chyba będziemy mogli wspiąć się po drabince.
That was close. I barely escaped. But it isn't my life that's in danger now. I must warn the professor before they get to him.
No chyba jest za późno.
The presence of the police does not suggest anything nice. Hopefully I'm not too late.
Monsieur, may I ask what is the purpose of your visit here?
Yes, I've come to see a friend.
Monsieur François de Wilde?
Yes.
I regret to tell you I have some very bad news. Monsieur Wilde is dead. I am sorry.
Dead? But why? Why did they have to kill him? It's my fault. I came too late. All right, I'll have to get over it and find out what happened. Okay, tell me, how did it happen?
I don't know the details. According to the detective, it was a suicide.
Nonsense, he would never do that.
Why have you come to see Monsieur Wilde anyway?
I'd rather tell the detective that myself.
Well, I'm not supposed to let anybody pass this gate. But your statement might be of interest to the detective. You said Wilde was your friend, right?
Yes, he is my friend. I mean, was.
All right then. I'll let you in. Go directly to the front of the house and tell the detective who you are.
Niestety Wujaszek nie żyje. Coś mi tutaj śmierdzi. Nie sądzę, żeby chciał popełnić samobójstwo. Detektyw.
Who let you in here? You don't happen to be another journalist, do you?
No, I don't. The professor was my friend. That's why the guard let me come in. In fact, he was more than that. He was my uncle.
Oh, I see.
We had a lot in common. He was a great man.
I understand. I am very sorry for what happened, monsieur. Could you answer a few questions for me now?
Sure.
Good. Tell me, when have you last spoken to him?
Just yesterday.
Really? When?
I don't know the exact time, but it was already after 10 o'clock when I arrived.
What did you talk about? Did he seem normal, so to speak?
Yes, he was all right. We were discussing...
Yes? Go ahead, monsieur. It could be important.
Well, we were planning a journey to Mexico.
A joint journey to Mexico, you say? That really is interesting.
No, I was supposed to fly by myself, because of his age.
Un moment, I'm losing track of continuity here. What was the purpose of that journey?
The professor spent years working on research collecting certain data on the Mayan culture. It's a long story. Do you want to hear it?
That won't be necessary. I don't think it could be related to the case. Do you have any idea why he would be willing to commit suicide?
Suicide? Nonsense. He would never do that. With the work of his life almost finished, he was so close. I knew him very well. It must have been murder.
The suicide note is very explicit, monsieur. Have a look for yourself.
But this isn't the professor's handwriting, detective.
It was found with the body, directly on the table, monsieur.
I'd recognize his handwriting even in complete darkness, and I'm telling you, this is not it.
Do you have any kind of support for what you are saying?
Were I allowed to have a look around the mansion, I might be able to help you.
Perhaps, monsieur, but there isn't much to investigate. The case is quite clear. A close-range shot in the temple and a suicide note. I'm sorry.
If I prove that the letter isn't authentic, will you change your opinion?
Mais oui, that would be a completely different story then.
Good. Let me think for a while.
No dobra, czyli znaleziono ciało profesora, który postrzelił się w skroń. A jaka pewność, że to jest jego ciało, skoro list pożegnalny był napisany przez inną osobę? Obstawiam, że ktoś się po prostu podstawił. Mamy kopertę z biletem lotniczym. Mamy też dziennik naukowca. Dobra. List od profesora.
Here, detective, have a look. Well, compare the letter that you have found and this one that the professor wrote himself. He gave it to me yesterday evening. It's supposed to be a message for somebody in Mexico.
Intéressant. You're right. This is obvious even to my own eyes. The writing is entirely different. Great work, really. So it's not common procedure. In light of the evidence you have provided, I'll let you have a look around the mansion. You can stay there until I call in the expert, but make sure you leave the whole place as it is, understood?
You can rely on me, Detective.
But of course I'll have to keep the letter. It's important evidence.
Is it completely necessary?
Absolument. I must insist.
A nie ma w posiadłości żadnego ksera albo coś w tym stylu? Ten dokument może nam się przydać. Mieliśmy go dostarczyć do Meksyku. Nie wiem, czy chcę oglądać to jezioro, ale dobra. Skoro jest klikalne...
The water is beautifully clear, but I have other problems now.
No właśnie. Ale widać, że Wujaszek dbał o ten ogród. Możemy się rozejrzeć.
I didn't manage to warn Professor in time, but certainly he wouldn't want me to stop now. I'll finish his work, and then his murderer is going to pay.
Obrys ciała.
A terrible sight. I gave it to my uncle for his birthday. He loved bonsai trees.
No, są ładne, ale naprawdę wymagające. Piramida. Okej. Drzwi. Do biblioteki. Wyjdź z posiadłości.
It leads into the hall and out to the garden. There's a small opening in the bottom, maybe a lock.
O, czyli jest to skrytka.
Destination Mexico, first class.
O, pierwszą klasą. Świetnie. Też bym się przyleciał. Zobaczmy, co my tutaj znajdziemy. Są zdjęcia.
Photographs from expeditions to South America, which Uncle loved so much.
Jakieś tajemnicze maski. Telefon. Stół i fotele.
We were sitting here just yesterday evening.
I jedliśmy jabłuszka. Popiersie.
It looks like it was often moved.
O! Sejfik. Tikal. I prawdopodobnie jakaś świątynia Majów. Tikal. Klepsydra.
The sand hasn't run out yet.
No dobra.
I see you weren't there, Francois, so I'll leave you a message. The books you've ordered have arrived and are here on my table. Should I bring them in myself, or are you going to send for them? I'd prefer the first option so that we can resume our chess game for a bit. I deserve a rematch, so how about this evening? In any case, call me and we'll arrange something.
Professor Francois de Wilde? Answer the phone, please, if you're home. I'm calling in's an urgent matter. Professor?
This voice seems familiar, but it doesn't sound like any of the professor's friends or colleagues.
Okej. Nie mogę odsłuchać więcej wiadomości. Safe.
This must be the safe where Uncle hid both the statues. I have to open it somehow.
Raz, dwa, trzy, cztery, pięć, sześć. LP Security. Muszę znaleźć jakiś szyfr. No dobra.
The sand hasn't run out yet.
Piasek się jeszcze nie przesypał.
The fire is out.
Ogień zgasł. Czy coś my tu jeszcze znajdziemy? Telefon, safe. No i klepsydra, która się jeszcze nie przesypała. Mamy też ten plakat, Tikal. Ty i ale. Może to jest podpowiedź do sejfu. Ale tu mamy 5 literek, a w sejfie możemy wpisać 6. Więc może niekoniecznie. Tikal. Mamy klawiaturę numeryczną. Może. Bo wiecie, w starych telefonach było tak, że tutaj było na przykład ABC, DEE, EFG i tak dalej, i tak dalej. Może kombinacją jest słowo Tikal. Tylko bym musiał się zastanowić, które literki odpowiadają którym słowom. Najlepiej będzie, jeżeli włączę sobie telefon. No dobra. Zróbmy więc w taki sposób. Ty i kurde, źle. Ty i L. O, zadziałało.
That's impossible. The statues are gone. I have to get them back before those bastards disappear with them for good.
Czyli te dranie też znalazły kombinację do sejfu. Nie mogę przeczytać żadnych z tych akt. Są nieinteraktywne. Ale wiemy, że statuetki zniknęły.
There's a little brass key inside the hourglass. What lock could it possibly fit?
Może do tej piramidki, którą posiadam?
A small key is shimmering in the hourglass.
Ale w jaki sposób miałbym go wyjąć? Nie mogę tego połączyć z piramidą. O! Coś mamy. Stara mapa Majów. Jakieś symbole? No ale ta mapka wcale nie jest jakaś taka skomplikowana. Jakaś posiadłość i piramida. I co w związku z tym?
Francois left some notes on the Mayan numerical system here. The vigesimal system starts from the bottom with ones and continues up through 20s to 400s. A very clever numeric system for its time.
Okej, ciekawe. Czyli prawdopodobnie to jest wskazówka do jakiegoś sejfu bądź coś w tym stylu, która znajduje się w piramidzie. Dobra, na razie nie będę się nad tym skupiał, dopóki nie wiem dokładnie o co chodzi. Ale wiecie co, wydaje mi się, że przejrzałem już wszystko. W takim razie wyjdźmy na zewnątrz. Bo tu chyba już też sobie wszystko obejrzałem.
Have you noticed anything that could help us?
No, nothing really, I'm afraid. Wait a minute. There is one little detail. There's a message on the answering machine in a voice that I don't know. I mean, it's none of the professor's friends I know. Maybe somebody was checking out if he was at home.
Oh, that's a good one. Sounds logical. I'll verify it.
But I have to apologize. I broke an old hourglass by accident.
You should have been more careful. But okay, at least you've told me. Will that be all, Monsieur?
Martin Holana. Yes, there's nothing else I've noticed.
All right, then. It was my pleasure working with you, Monsieur Holana.
Mine too, Detective, but I have to go now.
I may need to talk to you again. Is there a way to contact you?
Well, I'm staying in the Hotel Saffron at the moment. It's on the opposite coast, not far from the harbor.
Goodbye. Au revoir. Et merci beaucoup, Monsieur Holana.
Goodbye, Detective.
Have you spoken with the detective?
Yes, I think I've shed some light into that disgusting murder.
No suicide, then. Having let you in was a good thing after all. At least I won't have to explain anything to my superiors. May I know what you have concluded.
Why don't you ask the detective? I mean, I don't want to talk about it again. You understand.
Oh, pardon moi. I see, of course.
I have to go now. Goodbye.
Au revoir.
Wróciliśmy z powrotem na wyspę. Kim jest ta kobieta? Czyli co, rozumiem, że musimy udać się do hotelu?
Room 32, oui, monsieur?
Yes, 32. We would like to leave as soon as possible.
Of course, sir. It's only going to take a minute.
That's him. All this time they've been in the same hotel. I should have suspected. They must have been following me. I'd better bail before he notices me. They knew all about my moves, and it cost Uncle de Wilde his life. At least I know where both statues are. I mustn't lose any more time.
Nie mogę tracić więcej czasu. Może teraz coś będę mógł zrobić na tyłach hotelu. O! Kim jest ta kobieta?
What are you looking for around here, young man? Popped in for a bit of a chat with old Iris?
No, not really. I'm staying in this hotel here and just killing time.
Ah, fiddlesticks. Why would you creep around garbage, eh?
That's none of your business.
Yeah, right. You're not being exactly respectful to an old lady, young man.
Well, I didn't even want to talk to you.
As you wish.
There is nothing to talk about.
Może panienka mogłaby mi powiedzieć, co kryje się za tymi drzwiami. Schody awaryjne.
Soaked from the rain, they couldn't bear my weight. It's too high, I can't reach it.
Za wysoko nie dosięgnę. A może coś jednak tutaj znajdę. O! Laska.
Hands off, young man. This stick's been around, so you better make sure you don't mess with it.
Easy, easy.
Hands off, I said.
A może będę mógł ją w jakiś sposób przekupić?
What's that? You come to apologize, eh? A lady you've got to treat like a flower. Never heard of that.
I just wanted...
Hoity-toity. What do you want from me?
I need to borrow your walking stick.
What? Is my hearing okay? Oh, this young man needs something from me all of a sudden, eh? Well, try again. How do you speak to a lady?
I must be hallucinating.
Wrong again.
Oh my, all right. Madam Iris?
Good hand.
Would you be so kind as to lend me that stick of yours?
Now that's much better. Old Iris will teach you some manners.
So, will you lend it to me?
No, I won't. Nothing's for free.
Well, I just apologized.
What? That was supposed to be an apology? But okay, at least you're trying. I'll lend it to you, but you'll have to do me a favor in return. I'm hungry.
You want money?
Do I look like a beggar or what? Grab something yourself, but my legs aren't what they used to be. Get me a hot dog from that old bold-faced Craig. He's got a store right around this corner here.
Deal. But you'd better keep your word.
What do you think of me? Of course I will. Well, get going. I'm getting so hungry right now, I gotta eat a horse.
All right.
Hot dog raz dla panny Iris. Mamy budkę z hot dogami, budkę z jedzeniem. Grace Snack. Oj, zaczynam robić się pomału głodny.
Greetings.
What will it be, sir?
Give me a hot dog.
It won't take a minute. In fact, even half a minute. In fact, you'll have it right away.
Well, I'm not in a hurry.
With the mustard, right?
Can be.
Un moment, coming up.
Here you go. 3 francs.
Hot dog. Gdyby jedzenie w fast foodach tak szybko było wydawane, to nie byłoby kolejek. Dobra, na pewno miał gotowego i podgrzał w mikrofalówce.
Here's that hot dog you wanted.
Gimme. Yuck! It's outright filth, this is.
What?
I hate that yellow gooey sewage. Bring me another one, but without the mustard. I'll only take ketchup. Just ketchup, got it?
Well, what can I do? Now, this is a lady I could kill for.
Hot dog 2 z ketchupem. A ja chętnie zjadłbym z musztardą. W sumie obojętnie z jakim sosem, byle nie majonezem. Nie lubię. I nie lubię sosu czosnkowego.
I see you enjoyed your hot dog. Want another one?
Yes, but I'd like ketchup instead of mustard.
Why, ketchup? In these parts, that is a waste of a hot dog, I tell you.
Well, that's what I've got an appetite for.
Well, I don't make hot dogs with ketchup, I'm sorry.
Is it a problem to just replace mustard with ketchup? What's the big deal?
It's not, but like I said, I don't make them. I mean, I have no ketchup here.
Okay, give me a bare one.
Without anything?
Yes, without anything.
All right, I will, but don't complain about hot dogs of old crazen, okay?
Okay.
Here it is, one nudist hot dog. 3 francs. Have a nice day.
Thanks.
Mamy bułę z parówą. Nie wiem, czy kobietka będzie chciała samego gołego nudesa, ale spróbujemy. A już myślałem, że ktoś tutaj wyrzucił ketchup i będziemy mogli... A dobra. Nie mogę tego zrobić, nie mogę jej nakarmić. Skąd wziąć zatem ketchup? W hotelu? Może i w hotelu. Dobra, mamy ketchup. Ja tylko go pożyczam.
Now that's much better. You're being a nice lad.
Yeah, well, looks like it. It cost me some change and a bucket full of nerves.
Well, I can get a bit cross when I'm hungry, but that's going to be better now.
So, can I take the stick at last?
Hold on a minute. What do you mean, take? That was not the deal. Just lend. Leave it somewhere around here when you're done.
Sure, just lend, no problem.
Enjoy.
Ja tylko chcę opuścić schody w dół. I nic więcej.
I need to slip into the hotel's hall unnoticed. With a bit of luck, I won't run into either one of those two.
Ale co ciekawe, my byliśmy przed chwileczką w holu. No i wzięliśmy ketchup. Złota rączka.
I'll leave him to his work.
Dobra. Jesteśmy w naszym pokoju. O, gniazdo. Powiemy panu Złotej Rączce, że nie ma prądu.
I'll leave him to his work.
Nie? Ale mogę za to iść do tych drzwi. Zapewne Martin powie zamknięte.
I don't know where the door leads, but it's locked.
No właśnie.
I don't want to run into one of those two. I'll keep away from the lobby for now.
Czyli wychodzi na to, że coś musimy zrobić w naszym pokoju. Czujnik. Ale nie wiem co. Słuchajcie, moi drodzy, w tym miejscu zakończymy ten odcineczek. Mam nadzieję, że wam się podobał. Dzięki wielkie za uwagę, trzymajcie się i do usłyszenia. Hej!